hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank God. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Good, good. Did you fill in the form finally?
I don't know.
Not yet. This is the third time. Alright, you have 2 minutes.
I'm busy, man.
You're busy. That's
No.
That's good. So, Karibu. We're just waiting on more people to log in. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? How are you doing?
Very good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm glad they're here. Some more people are coming in, so we're allowing a few more minutes for people to join online, and then we can officially begin.
Here is in the morning, and I don't know if they already wake up, but I'm here, and I'm very excited.
Thank you. I think Tamara joined up there, so yeah, one of them is in here. Thank you so much. Wow, she's not easy. So cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, welcome to the first Strictly Silk workshop with Simsema and Coco M. I'm a DJ, I'm a producer, and I'm super happy to have all of you here today. And yeah, so we're gonna do like a very quick round of introductions. I'm gonna start with the peeps here in the room. We're signing in live from Nairobi. It's 5:16. I think it's Cassia, you said it's like 11 a.m., 11:16 a.m. in Brazil right now.
Yes.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, cool. Let's start here with Fiona, who was the first to come in today. Great. So I'll remind you guys to just speak a bit louder so everybody can hear you on the other side. Also, please forgive my voice. I sound like I'm dying. I have a cold, but it's not COVID. I did my test. It's negative. It's just a weird throat infection. Yeah, cool. All right, welcome, Fiona.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona. I am. I'm a student. I study film production, and I am also like a photographer and a videographer. And I've ventured into music, and yeah, I want to come DJ.
Yeah. Welcome. Cool. Yeah. Next. Hi guys. Hi. I'm JJ. I'm a poet. I'm an artist. I run a production and entertainment company called Reverb. And yeah, I manage producers and music producers. So I figured learn the craft that I am managing. Yeah, also to add some pizzazz to my poetry as well. Nice one, welcome JJ. Next,
I'm helping
it's
with
all
the
good.
administrator. Okay. So hi, my name is DJ Shock from Nairobi, and
Nice to meet you, Shock.
Karibu sana Tato. I am a graduate of the Santuri Electronic Music Academy. I'm a professional producer now, and I'm an event organizer, and I like to assist other DJs in the industry and mentor them. And I have a school that I'm starting. I'm currently on my third DJ student. I've trained a guy, I'm training another guy, and I'm now training a lady. And the school is growing slowly.
More.
Yes. Yeah, there are others who are asking and planning. Yes.
Nice.
So it's good.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Hi everyone. Hi Tato.
How are you?
I see you.
I see you too.
Hi everyone. I go by the name Lisa Leleti. I'll call myself a creative. And basically, I've loved music all my life. and I've been singing, or rather I was singing at a point, then I stopped, then now I came back and I decided I want to learn how to DJ. So DJ and then music production and singing, I want to bring them all together to bring the Leti as a brand and as a human being. That sounds like you'll be a multidisciplinary.
Yeah.
Next. Hi everybody.
Hi. Excuse me to feel.
So I'm an artist. I sing, I play guitar, and I also DJ. I just started DJing this year. Early this year. Yeah. This COVID projects, yeah. And then I decided, why not produce some jams for myself instead of just taking it to people who don't even get the idea until I started. Yeah. That's about it.
Great, cool. So now we skip on to the peeps on that. Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah, we're going. That was interesting. And I was like, okay. She's so moved.
All right. My name is Wambui. I'm literally a 1-week-old DJ student. And then Shak is my teacher. I'm a DJ teacher. So I think I got into DJing because I wanted to do production. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
I love it. Thank you. Welcome. All right. So we will have a round of introductions for the people online. We have, starting from up here, we have Cassia.
Hi.
That was loud.
I'm Cassia. I'm from Brazil. I am a DJ. I am a visual artist. I am a model. I am a creative person. I'm very excited and glad to be here. I wanted so bad that we were together physically, but yeah, I will enjoy even if we are in a digital way. I'm really excited to do this. Oh, I didn't say why I am here, but I want to learn how to produce. So I'm really excited because, you know, I want to do more with music. So that's it.
Nice. Yay. Welcome. Thank you. All right, next we have DJ Redbone. Redbone, can you see you?
Hi guys.
There you are.
Hi. Yeah. My name is DJ Redbone. I've been a DJ for 12 years now, so I feel like I need to, do something more with the music and leave a mark in the music world. Yeah, and that's why I'm here, and I'm very excited. Thank you to Coco M for everything. Yeah, that's it.
Welcome. Next we have Tamara.
Hello, my name is Tamara. My English, but listen very. I love Cassia. Is my inspiration. So happy. This is I am DJ recent. Várias, Cassia, essa palavra em inglês. Recent. This is very happy. Yeah, isso aí.
Oh, great, welcome. Nice one. And then we have Tato. Come on, not fast.
Yes, you clearly all know me. I'm DJ Tato Main. I've been a DJ. This is my 7th year officially this month. Yes. Reason I want to be here, of course, I think like most of us want to learn production in music. But for me, it's more personal because I think I've tapped into everything when it comes to music. I've sung, I've been a dancer, I've been a choreographer, I've been a DJ. Now it's high time I do like something else with music. That's why I've decided to take on this. Like when I hang my DJ boots, I want to have something else to do rather than just go and yeah, Lisa.
I love it, love it. Welcome everyone. And off camera we have Jackie Wandao who will be documenting this whole situation. She's in the back. Great, cool. So we're just gonna go right into it.
And now, hello.
Yeah.
This is Ableton. Okay. Hiya, sawa. Hiya. Okay, great. So we're just gonna go into the software. I'm gonna share my screen. Just let me know if you can all see what's going on. And also I need Have any of you managed to install Ableton except for Redbone? Have you installed the Ableton software already?
Yes, I have it on my
Okay.
iMac. Yeah.
Okay, Tamara, you have the Ableton software on your laptop?
Tamara, você baixou o Ableton?
Tá instalando aqui.
She's installing, but I have on my laptop.
Okay, great. Tam, do you think we can give you a few minutes, or you just will use the one we have here?
Tamara, você prefere que se espere 5 minutos ou pode começar e você vai pegando?
Pode começar.
You can start and then she will follow.
Okay, great. Salsa. Alrighty. Let me just share us right now. Cool. Can everybody see the Ableton software? Let me just move this down here. Okay. So this is Ableton. This is Ableton Live 11. It might look slightly different from the people who have Ableton Live 10 or 9, the previous ones, but the differences are very minute and they're mostly inside the functions. So when you open it up, you have a lot of random like buttons and squares and clips and stuff. Don't let them scare you. We're gonna just run through them step by step right now. Yeah, some people here are like, we already know, I already know this is, but that's fine. We're still gonna do it again. Cool.
Coco,
yeah,
please give me permission to record what you're saying.
Yeah, you can. Thank you for asking. You can record.
No, I'm not asking. It's that Zoom is not allowing me to record until you permit me.
Oh, until but you know, Tato.
Yeah.
So I'm already recorded on this side. So I'll just share with you the video, okay? Yeah, so for everybody, this will be available later for you guys to watch back on, okay? Cheers. All right. So if you look at the top left corner over here, you have a big rectangular space over here. It's called the browser content pane. It holds all of your instruments, all of your samples, all of your little MIDI clips, all of your effects. So what we will do, we will also take note of the bottom left corner. Every time I hover my mouse over this whole space, you see some information here on the bottom left corner. And what this info is the exact terminology of each and every one of the different functions of this page. For example, if I hover my mouse over here, it says browser content pane down here on the left. And the browser content pane has, you can double click any instruments and figure out how they sound. You can look for different samples. If you want a drum, if you want a piano or a snare or anything like that, you can look for it in this square over here. Okay, everybody okay to that point? Gucci, all right, great. So we skip over to the middle of this screen over here, and now we have like triangles going downwards like this, and these are slots. These are clip slots. So what that means, each slot over here can be fed with a different a sound, for example, a digitized sound, which we refer to it as a Midi sound or a Midi clip, yeah? Because all the sounds we're working with within Ableton at this point are digitized. It's not a real, you're not playing a piano into the software. You're actually taking a small bit of a piano sound and loading it here so that you can play around with it and make music with it, okay? So you have different types of sounds. You have the MIDI clips, which are the fully digital ones, and then you have the audio files, which are your voice, an orutu, a piano, whatever it is, whatever, you know, triggers your excitement when it comes to music. You can load it into the audio files section over here, okay? Great. So you can, Ableton, when you open it up, it comes with 1, 2 MIDI clip spaces and 1, 2 audio clip spaces. You can add as many as you want. Some projects have 50 MIDI clips and like 30 vocals, a choir, like as many clips as you want. And to do that, we're just gonna go into this function over here that says create, insert MIDI track, okay? So you'll see it added a track over here, number 5, okay? Maybe I want 10 drums, for example. So I just keep adding different tracks for each different sound that I want to use for my song, okay? If I don't like it, I click on it and I hit delete and it disappears, okay? So let's just go ahead, click delete. Now we're back to the way it was before. You can even delete those ones if you don't want. Like if you want to just start with 1 MIDI track, you can do that as well, okay? Great. So this view we are in right now is called the session view, okay? The session view here is where you see all your fancy instruments and then you load them up and then you label them and stuff. And then once you're done, you want to now arrange a whole song from start to finish, your intro, the middle of the song and the end of the song. Some people, they switch the views, okay? Some people compose from here. They use the session view from start to finish. Some other people prefer to see the whole song laid out like on a drawing book, okay? So to switch the views, what we do, we go to the, sorry, Zoom is interfering with me. So can you see up here on the top right corner over here, there's like 3 lines facing downwards and they're in yellow. That means we're in this view, which is the session view. Typically it's arranged vertically. And then the arrangement view, you hit the 3 that are going across and we are now in a different view and this is the arrangement view, okay? So here, if I were to go back to my session view and I add like say a MIDI track, I add an audio track, I add another MIDI track, whatever I want. The song is long and elaborate. If I switch to my arrangement view, they're all laid down, but now they're horizontally laid out. So what this represents is your full piece of music. Your song probably will start over here. As we continue, it will change somewhere in the middle here, and then it will maybe end, and then maybe it will start again. If you're feeling dramatic, whatever it is, you can see your whole arrangement on this side, yeah? Some people also just decide to use this view solely. Ableton can be used any way you want once you understand like the basics, okay? Cool, so let's go back to the what did I call the other view? Somebody help me. Session view. Thank you. Guys are listening. I was joking. I know what I'm talking about. Great. So we switch back to the session view. Okay. Now that we have those few basics kind of covered, I want us to get into a small activity, because I feel like to understand something, you need to actually practically do it. Okay, great. Sawa. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. All right. So let's look at our first MIDI track. Let me just delete all these so that they don't confuse us. Right. So we have our first MIDI track. Now, how do we load a sample into this MIDI track? How do we load a sound into this MIDI track? So there's different ways of doing that. In Ableton, we go back to the browser content plane here, or this box on the left. I'm not very good with the words, so just say like this section here on the left has the instruments already preset. So I will go into my sounds option, and inside the sounds I have very many different sounds here. So so we have this MIDI track over here, and I'd like to load one of the sounds that we just had, and maybe I've gone through every single sound over here and I've picked one which I like. Just to show you how to hear the sounds, if you click on an instrument or a sample and you don't hear it, it's because these headphone icons are unchecked. So make sure anytime you click on a sound that you want to hear, that this little icon over here on the bottom left is checked, and then you will hear the sound. Okay, you can hit pause to stop it if it's annoying. Okay, great. So if it's annoying, when it becomes annoying. Okay, great. So let us look now for a sound that we want to load into the MIDI track. You can just scroll down quickly and you can hear all of the sounds. Piano. Nice. Okay. Let's click on this piano, drag it across until it, you see here, it's like circle. It means you can't drop it here. When it changes into like a square thingy icon, it means you can drop it into any one of these clips over here. Okay, so I'll just drop it, and it's now loaded the instrument into this whole MIDI track. You see even the name changed over here. So it says grand piano single sample. So we'll just go back to that again. Pick another instrument you like, drag it, and just dump it there. Oops, sorry. Pick, drag, dump. And now you have an instrument loaded on your first track, okay? So how do we go about playing with this instrument now that it's loaded? We create a clip where we're going to load a couple of notes of that instrument. So how do we create a clip? Double click on one of these, any of these, but just go chronologically just for your own organizational benefit. So we double click the first clip, and automatically a piano roll appears down here. Can everybody see the piano roll? Yeah. Cool. All right. So I probably, and most of you will not have access to hardware immediately. So you will probably be using your laptop for the better part of the 3 months where you're training with Ableton live trial version. So what we use instead of like a push, an Ableton push, is your keyboard. Your keyboard becomes the instrument in this case, okay? So I'm just gonna drag this instrument across like we did before. When it changes the icon, it knows you're ready to drop it into this audio track. So, I mean MIDI track, okay? So dropped it in. Now it's loaded in here. This is a square dirty lead. And it's inside the synth lead folder. Great. So if you're using your keyboard as your instrument and you hit the letter A, you should hear a sound. If you don't hear a sound, that means either one, your track has not been armed for work to be put in there for recording, okay? So before you record anything in a track, you need to arm it, you need to prepare it to record something. So the way we arm it, we click on this little red circle over here, I mean this square over here with a circle, we click on it and it turns red, okay? Can everyone see the screen? What we just did. So when you click on it, it turns red. And now if I hit A, let me just go back there, sorry. If I hit A, you can hear the sound now, okay? Can you hear? Great. So what I'm doing, I'm just running my fingers across the keyboard so that I can hear this sample at different what's it called? Tones. Who did music? Keys. Different keys. Yes. Okay. And if you feel like you still don't have it where you like it, that's when you shift an octave up or an octave down. On your keyboard, that function is the letter Z to shift down, the letter X to shift up, okay? So if I hit I shift up by hitting X. I can shift up further. Now it sounds like a chipmunk. Now we can go lower by hitting Z. Actually, let me raise it. Woo! Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Do you see the keyboard? Tato, can you see the keyboard?
You guys have sort of frozen.
Oh. And now? Can you see the keyboard?
No. I'm seeing.
Okay, that's the keyboard, right? Great. So what I'm hitting is letter.
Okay, I see now.
Okay, A, S, D, F. To shift upwards, if it's too low, if it's too low, we want to shift upwards. So we hit the letter X, okay? Tato? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now that we know how to use our keyboard as an instrument, if we don't have a push, whose phone is that? Yes, so we can now start to write a piece of music inside this Midi track, okay? So this is the first simple laying of notes that you will be doing today. And maybe later on we can set up other Midi tracks and then you can load an instrument, the one you like, you find it, you listen to it, see if you like it, load it, and then now use the keyboard to lay down different melodies or something like that, something simple. Okay, cool. So to now lay down the different sounds, we need to prepare space for all of that. So we need a slot and we need to double click this slot so that the piano roll shows up down here at the bottom right of your screen. So when I hit the keyboard, sorry, shifting back. you should see your keyboard also lighting up. Great. Okay, so can you see them lighting up on the screen as I hit the different notes on the keyboard? So maybe you like, you want to play like do a dear, female dear. What's that song? That's this. So, you know that song? That song from The Sound of Music. So it's. So you can use your keyboard to come up with a melody that you like, and as you see it being lighting up on the piano roll, it represents the notes that you're going to later on either write down manually or play with your instrument, okay? So let us try playing it with the instrument. If you look up at the top left corner where my mouse is, you have something that says tap and a number over here, 120. 120 represents the beats per minute of the song that you're making right now, okay? A lot of DJs like to use like 125 if they're playing house, 99 to 100 if they're playing hip hop, and then like 140, 150, 200 if it's singeli, 150 if it's techno. So depending on the genre, you will change your BPM in this square over here. So to do that, you can either click inside there, hold and drag upwards. It changes the number up, 150, 160, or drag downwards, and then it reduces the number subsequently, okay? So right now we are at 100 beats per minute. So how do you hear your beats per minute? You click on this metronome. The metronome is this, you see the two circles, there's a circle that's clear and a circle that's colored, that's dark, yeah? You click on it and it turns yellow, okay? So that means your metronome is activated. Anytime you press play in this scene, you will hear your metronome depending on the tempo that you have going. So let's hit play. That's the metronome. Okay. Can you guys hear that? Great. So if I want it faster, I do what? What do I do? Yeah. Click up. I want it slow as hell. I go all the way down. Wonderful. Great. So let's leave it at 100. So when you're about to lay down a song, you practice it to the metronome. Again, there's people who perform music without the metronome. They just go by feeling. They just start playing anything and it's slow 1 minute and it crashes, and then, so it depends on the kind of music you're making. Today we're gonna follow the metronome. So I hit play to hear it. And then I go back to my keyboard and I start tapping out the different sounds that I want to hear. So. All right. Can you guys hear? Great. So when you're ready and you're confident that you want to lay down your track, you hit this circle over here, which is the session record button. It's the record button strictly for the session view. This other record button over here, the one that's darker, is for the arrangement view. So make sure not to hit it. If you're recording in this session view, don't hit this big dark one, because then, first of all, you won't see anything here. But on the other side, you will have done a lot of, you'll have just recorded things everywhere without knowing it, okay? So now we're ready to record that small piece. I will hit my, yes, session record button. Great, I hit it. It counts you down and then. I'll tell you what happened. So they set it to loop. So that's why when it ended at 1 bar, as you can see here, starts 1 bar, ends after two whatever beats. So it's also to change your time, you just see it's up here, time signature. You can click and drag down or drag up depending on the time you want to use. Okay, it's up on the top left corner. So this corner actually does a lot of time and pace and tempo changes. So that's where you go when you want to set the different your tempo, and also how many bars you want in that 4/4 time. Okay, great. So let's just shift, select, delete all of that and switch to arrangement view. Okay, so when you're in arrangement view, you have a lot more space to play around with, depending on what you want to do with your song. Let's do the same thing we did here in arrangement view that we did in the session view. So I'll just play it. As you can see, it's already started, it's going. But if I'm not recording anything, I can figure out what it is I want to lay down. And then when I'm ready, stop everything, go back, click at the beginning of that space, click at the beginning of this space over here, of this track, and then hit the record button. It will count you down depending on the time that you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm so sorry I picked this song. It's just so annoying. Great. So can you see anything in there that's been recorded? You can see them here in the Zippy, can you see? Downstairs, right? So you can see it. Let's click back here and let's play it back. Why can't we hear it? We can't hear anything. And we just recorded something and we can see it, right? So the reason we can't see it is because this icon here, which is called back to arrangement, is still orange. So you need to deselect it, and then now even the whole track becomes deeper in color. And now you can hear whatever it is that you recorded. Great. So now that's your first song, your banger, the next banger that you're gonna make. And now you've laid down this melody, and you feel like it needs, like, say, a kick or a snare or a hi-hat. So we go back to our browser content plane and search for an instrument. So we could either click down here, click here on the samples, and then go up to the search pane. There's a search pane over here where my mouse is, and type what you want. So I want a kick, for example. All of the kicks up here. You pick a kick that you like. And because we're working on the session view, we switch back to the session view. So I forgot to mention the other way you can switch back between two views. So you could either, what was the first one that I mentioned? Anyone remember? Yeah, switching back to the session view. How do you do that? Those ones, yes, thank you. Yeah, Fiona, you remember? Click there and you switch back. Another way to do this quickly is to hit the tab on your keyboard, okay? So guys, if you hit tab, you'll switch between the two views. So tab, arrangement, tab, session. So now I want us to be here in the session because I want to pick a kick. I want to load it into a MIDI track. I want to listen to it, play around with it, see if I like the way it sounds or the way I want it to appear within this piece of music. And when I'm ready, I want to record it, okay? Great, so let's do that once. And for the next few rounds, I want everyone to practice doing this. Everybody needs to load a piece, a sample that they like, look for it, load it into a track, listen to it, play around with it. You can even change the time if you want, but everyone needs to practice just that simple activity of loading it, playing it, and recording it. Great. So what's the first step when we need to load a track? Yes, one boy. You? You look for it, yes. Great. So we're looking for our piece, our sound. Let's say we like that one, okay? Where do we load it? Haven't created another. You need to create a MIDI track. So we do create, insert MIDI track, correct. Now we have a space we can throw our sound into, okay? So the first sounds we had, they're preset and they're already like packaged by Ableton, okay? And you can find those in the sounds bank, in the drums bank, in the instruments bank. But now where we are in the samples bank, we're dealing with one hit, one cast sound. It's, for example, if you had a drummer come into studio and they did like a basic beat, like that would be the Ableton pack. But for the sample, you would only get or something like that, okay? That makes sense? Yeah, cool. So where we are right now, we're in the samples and they're all broken apart into pieces. So the way we load them is different. We create a space for them by double clicking this clip. You still have your same old piano roll. Go down to the bottom right corner of this whole setup. There's something that says Midi. Click on Midi. It gives you a space for it actually, yeah? So when you drag it down, it loads it into the whatever, the track. So we have the second track ready to go. But when I click, I'm still hearing my first piano, whatever that was, yeah, my first synth. So what do we do to switch so that we can hear now the kick? What do we do to the track? Yes, we arm the track by clicking this red circle over there. Now it's armed. Now it's ready. If I click here, I should hear it. Okay, now you can hear it, okay? So we've loaded our sample. We can go back to arrangement by hitting tab. We can see our second MIDI, our second track already set and it's armed and everything. I click on the first bar and I press play. Okay, so quickly what I just did, I just duplicated this piece of music so that you can continue hearing it as you go along and as you are practicing your drum beat or whatever beat you want to lay on the track, okay? So to do that, you just select the piece, control copy, or command copy on a Mac, control copy on a PC, then command paste, control paste. Wherever you click, it lands. If you click over here, it lands there. And to make sure it follows the time, try and stick to the grid. So yeah, try and stick to the boxes. Thank you. So that's what we're going to hear. It's going to be super annoying. I'm so sorry, but this is for educational purposes. Okay, so we click in the beginning and now we hit spacebar. So it's going. So maybe that's what you want to do with your drum. You want to just be like. So that's what we're going to lay. Okay. So we're ready. We like our drum kick, kick pattern. We click where we want to begin and we hit which record button? The dark one. Which one? Great. It's called the arrangement record button. So we click it and it's going to count us in. 2, 3. Oh. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. All right, guys. So if your ears are still alive after that, we're gonna listen to our kick, okay? And I feel like because we already played the synth, we were happy with it. I don't think we need to hear it again right now because we want to analyze that kick. That kick sounded a bit weird, sounded a bit off. So what do? We solo the kick track by hitting the letter S over here next to, can you see the second track? It says number 2, next to it is an S. We just solo that. And now we will only hear cool. So what I just said is that it's not following a metronome, it's struggling, it's like all over the place. So what we're going to do with it, we're going to go inside. I think you can see already down here, it's already laid out for you on your piano roll or your what's this called? The editor space, yeah? The Midi editor space. So I can zoom in here and I can see each single kick that I placed into this piece of music, yeah? So let's just. Aki Max, bro. How the hell do you scroll up? There we go. Okay, great. It's cool. So we listened to it. First of all, the first beat was not on the bar. It was not ba. It was space then pop. So depending on the music, this one for today's session, we want everything to be at least on the beat. Okay. So we click on the one that has a problem, and we move it to where it should be. Okay. So click play again. Doom, doom, boom. See, this one comes in too soon. You click and push it. You try and play around with it, try and finesse it so that it plays on the beat, yeah? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. Doom. Just try and count the beats. So now, since this piece is so long, and you probably don't have time to go to each individual beat, and you're sure you want all of it to be on the bar, you select everything, right click and hit the quantize button. For us here in studio, we're going to go to edit, scroll down to quantize, and watch what happens to the clips when I hit to the beats when I hit quantize. They're supposed to move. Didn't move. Did you see them moving? Woo! There we go. Cool. Let's do that one more time. So edit, quantize. Did you see them moving? Great. That means they've tried as much as possible to follow your beat and push themselves to where they feel you want each bar to begin. Okay, great. So I feel like I've given you a crash advanced course. So let's probably just run through everything we've done. Go for a short break and then come back, and the next bit of this session will just be you guys trying out what it is we've just run through and asking me questions. For everyone who's online, please type in your questions in the chat, and then we can address everything when we come back in a few minutes after the break. So as a recap, let me just delete everything. Okay, so just to recap everything, when you open Ableton, you have, first of all, two different views. You have your session view, and when you hit tab, you go into your arrangement view. Perfect. So the session view is mostly used to figure out the instruments, the sounds that you like, to lay them out, to practice them on different clips, to play around with different settings also. And the arrangement view, a lot of people use it mostly to arrange the whole piece of music, as the name suggests. But people also do come here straight away, load their clips, start playing around with them, record them, then keep it moving, okay? Cool, so let's go back. We have this browser content plane. It holds all of your sounds. It holds strings. It has like violins. It has like, yeah, it has pianos. It has a bunch of different instruments, guitars and stuff. And the ones that appear in the first, all right. The ones that appear in the first three, the first three sections here are preset by Ableton, okay? So they come as a full, it's kind of like a full package. If you want the sounds which are split up, bro, I know, I'm struggling. If you wanna hear them split up, you go to the sample space, and now you can hear each, like, you know, it's just like a sound, it's like a little, it's a sample. That's what it is, yeah? Cool. So you have your tracks. You create new tracks for each instrument that you want to lay into your song, and you create new audio tracks. Actually, we haven't run through audio, but I don't know how everyone feels. I feel like I've just bogged you with a lot of information, but if you feel like you can go on for a demonstration on how to load an audio sample, say aye. Okay, how's everyone online? Are you guys okay? Okay, great. Nice one. Cool, so welcome back. I hope you had a good break, a good reflection on what we just did. So I'm gonna share the screen, and we're going to run through laying down audio in your audio track. All right, cool. So sharing, main, bap. Okay, everyone can see Ableton? Aha, I see what you did there. Wow. All right, cool. So we're back here. Where we left off, we have one MIDI track, which we don't need. We're now working with our audio track, and we want to see how we can lay down some vocals with a microphone, because we're already hooked up through a microphone. But when you go home on your laptops, you can do this as well with your laptop microphone if you don't have a microphone as well, yeah? So it just depends on how you record it. You can always go into like a dark corner in your room, cover yourself with a blanket, and just like lay a couple of like, you know, bars or whatever it is you want to lay, and it will still be usable. Fun fact, I think there's a song, I'm releasing an EP in 3 months. And we did one of the songs over the phone. So the artist recorded just like you would an audio note on your cell phone. It's an iPhone, you record it well and then send it over, and it's perfectly usable if it's recorded the right way. So don't let like all this gear, like, you know, just make you think that you can't do it. You can definitely do it, but obviously there's a plus to having good studio gear, professional gear and stuff, yeah? Cool. Okay. So what we are going to do, we have our audio track. Now it's behaving. I can arm this track and it, Jesus. Let's turn it off. Great. So as you can see, it's already picking up signal from my input. Just to show you where to go, although I don't expect you to remember this, but if you do, very good for you. But this is also going like a step further into your Ableton settings. Go to Live Preferences, and you have a bunch of different options here on your left. So you have the look and feel where you can change how Ableton looks. That's not important for today, so we're just gonna skip over that. Where I want to go is audio, okay? So you have your audio device. Audio input device right now is set to Complete Audio 6 MK2, which is the name of the sound card we have here in studio. If I didn't have a sound card, I just click on this drop-down menu and I say built-in microphone, which is my laptop. Now, if this was not hooked up and I can speak inside, you would hear yourself. I think you can still hear yourself. Let's go back and see. When I talk, I'm not using the microphone. I'm not using the microphone. Can you guys still hear me though on the other side? No? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Cool. So, as you can see, I'm talking. You can still see an audio signal is being picked up. That's the machine's inbuilt microphone picking up this sound at this moment. So, I guess we can use that because that's probably what you will be using for a couple of days. Click on this drop-down menu here where you can see a green a signal coming in, and it will let you know which channel to select. Because it's the computer one, it's not isolated to one channel or the other, it's on every channel, right? So either 1 or 2 will work. If you speak, you can still see that going up and down, right? So that means whatever I'm saying is being picked up by my Ableton. Okay, so I'll click on in. Whoa. Feedback. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So we cannot use the system one because the speakers hitting me back record, which have the sound coming from the record. Either way, yeah, we're gonna have feedback. So we're gonna switch back at our preferences and select a different device. We'll select the one that's already set up, which is the sound card. Okay, cool, great. All right. So now you can see there's no signal. Why is that? Whenever you put in a device, you select either one channel or the other, depending on how capable your audio device is. There's 2 channels. Right now, the second one is quiet. So what do? I click here and change it to the one that's picking up signal. The one that's picking signal is the one that has green going up and down anytime I talk, right? So we select this one, and now you can see signal coming in, right? Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's go in, and I hope. Could you guys hear me this whole time? I hope so. All right. Yeah, I think they can hear me. Great, so we click input. Hello. Wonderful. Great. Can everyone hear me on the speaker and on the Ableton?
Yes.
Great. Wonderful. So that means I can now sing my heart out and record myself singing on this channel. Wonderful. So to stop this also, just click off, and it will stop picking the sound from here when you're done. Okay, great. You had a question? Yeah. Oh, hey, you've moved forward. You just, wow, I love it. Okay, so there's been a question from Zippy, and it's how do you put a reverb on an audio that you've just recorded? So there's two ways. You can either send your audio to this one of these two channels. The first channel here is a reverb one. That's where the effects have been placed, the reverb effects. The second one is the delay. The second one is represented by letter B. So you can send, yeah. When you click on this and you twist it up or down, that's the amount of delay you're putting on your audio. So here, obviously, it's little, here it's medium, here it's max. So can you see these two round dials here that okay, here, around here, the circle. Click on the B, drag it up. You're now sending your audio that side. Obviously, now it makes no sense because you can't hear anything happening. So we'll do this. We'll record something and then send it to the channel so that it can assign some delay or some reverb. That's one way. The other way is, let's just throw this back to 0, 0. The other way is to go back to your browser content plane that holds all your instruments, all your effects and everything, and go to your audio effects, okay? So within this folder, you have reverb, hey! You have reverb, sorry, you have reverb and you have resonance. So you can just select reverb. Once you've recorded something here, you click and you drag it down here, but it's not yet, because we haven't recorded anything yet, it won't allow me to drop it. But you can drop as many effects as you want on a space below here after we record. So I can just show you that if you're interested. Wonderful, great. So now let's record something. What do we do so that I can hear myself? It's armed and now see I'm talking now, it's gray, it should be green. Why is it not green? Yeah, on how do we put it on? Where there's orange, yeah, wonderful. The first one, it says in. This is monitor. It's the title of this section is monitor. So you have your monitor in, it allows sound to come in. Great, so now sound is there. And what time are we in? Let's play. Can we hear the metronome? Do you want to hear the metronome? Yeah, okay. Okay. Do a deer, a female deer. Great. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and record it. Wonderful. Okay. Great. So we're going to switch to our arrangement view. I prefer being allowed space to record when I'm doing vocals or when I'm playing an instrument, because then you can just go with your feeling. And sometimes you come up with really good pieces when you just allow yourself to just, go ahead and then delete what you don't like. Great. So how do we switch back? Huh? What? The lines, wonderful. The lines. So we switch, we're back, or press tab, of course, switch back. So now we're back in arrangement view. I want to start recording. What do? I click at the beginning first of all, because otherwise, you see where this line is? It will start there. It will just continue recording from there. And that works only if you have already a piece here and you just want to continue recording onwards, okay? Wait, so I click here in the beginning And then I hit which record button? Yeah, sweet. So it's gonna count me in. Do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Great. Okay, so we stop. I have my award-winning. So another thing is, normally in a studio when you're recording with a mic, you turn down your monitors, but because we're in class, we need the monitors on, and in case anybody asks me a question across, but you have your monitors off. Otherwise, you're recording here and you're recording what's coming here, and it's just gonna do a thing, basically, okay? All right, a feedback, great. So we have our recording. We need for it to, first of all, I'm playing it, I can't hear it. I can't hear it, but it's there. So what do? We first of all go and see whether our mic is still enabled. It is, it should not be. Once you're done, you make sure you disable your input source. You hit auto, up, and it becomes a piece, like a clip, like a thing you can use now. So, and right now my mic is probably still on. I can hit off completely as well if I want. But anytime you've recorded and you can't hear it, either hit auto or off. But to be safe, hit off if you're on an audio track. If you're on a MIDI track, you can hit auto, and you'll be able to hear your MIDI arrangements. So let's play this. Idea, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Wonderful. Great. So we have our recording down. We'll go back to Zippy's question. How do we put a reverb, simple reverb or a delay on this audio track? So let us now switch back. Tab. I have my two options here to send this audio to reverb channel. Let's see if that sounds different. I'll just play it. Wonderful. So you can hear that. You've heard that, right? One more time. Another banger. All right, so let's hear that one more time. Do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of gold star. All right. So it depends on how much delay you like on your tracks or reverb you like on your tracks. So that's the first way. The second way, we have our audio track. When you've recorded, this is what you see typically down here. No clip selected, some just empty space. So we click on audio over here on the bottom right corner of the screen. Click on it. And now you have a space where you can drop all the effects, anything you like for example, let's try the echo, for example, right? Bam. There it is. We found the echo. Click on it. You drag it down to this space where it says drop audio effect here. Bam. There's your echo. Okay, so let's listen to that piece of music again. Let's listen to the music again and see if we can hear any difference or if we like what we're hearing right now. There's too much echo. It sounds like a reggae song. So you can reduce it, play around with it and stuff. Again, you guys have gone to like advanced level. But yeah, so basically you can throw an echo in there. What I do sometimes just to learn, I create a piece of music like this and I throw on every single effect and just see what it does. And I just play around with the effects. I'm like, oh, I like that. And then I make a note of it. I threw a spectra at 0.4, whatever, and I liked it. And so maybe you can use it for different songs if you like that kind of, vibe and stuff, So go in there. The names, the names, you probably have to note them down because it has so many effects and stuff, and they all do very many different things. Cool. All right, so I would like to first of all, it's almost 7:30. I'd set this to end at 8, but ideally it was to give it half an hour for people to ask questions and to try out some of these things practically. So I think I'll give it 15 minutes for people to do something practically and come up with a few questions, and then we can have a short Q&A session. Hey, there we go. So no, I was just asking if you all have your Ableton open at this point. If not, I feel like maybe we should just go into a short Q&A session, and also just see how this has been for you so far. There's things that are a bit confusing or anything like that. You can ask your questions now, including you guys in the room. You're just over, like the brain is just like a lot. Yeah. So what I would suggest also is to go home, open it up, create a MIDI track and an audio track, load a sample, play with a sample, record something, stop that, load your audio track, input your...
Sia says she's leaving in 10 minutes. Woo! And so is Tatomain.
Okay. Leaving in 10 minutes.
Yes, I didn't want to interrupt, but I will have to leave in like 10 minutes.
No
okay?
problem. Thank you. I think we'll just wind down for now because
Okay.
Just doing a few questions and then that's it. But so I just want to thank you guys first of all for tuning into the first day, the first crash course of Ableton. I want to encourage you guys to write down your questions for tomorrow. We'll start with a Q&A, and then we'll go into a different segment of creating a full song and exporting it so that you can have an MP3 on your desktop when we're done by tomorrow. Not ambitious, guys. You guys have been amazing.
Okay. Tomorrow will be on the same time or earlier?
Yeah, it's the same time. Hopefully from 4. But I'm thinking we might. I'm really encouraging everyone to try and come at 4 o'clock. And if you're unable to, joining online is also okay. It's just a bit troubling to see everything that's going on. So I feel like it's a bit easier. But hopefully 4 o'clock. If anything changes, I'll write it in the group, in the WhatsApp group for you guys to see.
Okay.
I wish we could have you guys in person. Maybe next year.
I hope so.
Yeah. But it was really
see
cool.
You tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Tato.
Sijaenda bado, achani kunifukuza.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Tamar.
Bye.
Cool. Yeah, we can stay on. All right. So you guys have questions? More questions? Questions, comments?
Yeah.
Over. Is this thing working? Hello. My question is about the sound and samples, because they're different. So you see when you I'm a rapper. So see, you see when you vuruduko kwa nini? Okay, so I'll go to session view. Tam. Yeah, so you see when you're loading the MIDI clip and you select sound, when you go to sound, when you select one, you find one has like different, it's not like a sample where it's just that one tata, but with sound you find one, you select one and you're going for one sound, but it has all these other different things. Yeah, so my question is why and how?
All right. Cool. So let me try and explain that. Maybe I will use a. Probably, please give me give me this machine, please. Cool. Nice one. Maybe hold it. All right. So, yeah, everyone can see. So basically, with the samples, you have this whole situation. Sorry, not with the samples, with the instrument that you're talking about. When you go into sound and you select, like, say, whistle, winds, whatever, and you load it, you find so many other beats that make up that one kit. So it's kind of like an assembled kit that Ableton has put together for you. The best example, I think, is with the drums, yeah? Because you can hear a kick, a snare, and a hi-hat. All of those things, right? So represented visually, what that looks like is one square holds a kick, the bass kick, one square holds the middle kick, the other square holds like the high kick, this one holds a snare, this one holds a hi-hat, this one holds like a shaker, this one holds like a clap, and this one holds like a crash. So Ableton creates these packs to kind of speeden your work. If that's the groove you're going for, you just pick the whole preset instrument. And on the piano roll, if you were to, let's say, let's load one actually. Let's load an 808. Oh, we can't do that because it's a audio track. Yeah, so we need a sweet insert MIDI track. Now you can load this whole 808 kit, like a whole preset kit. Boom. Now you see all of these, they're kind of represented like this visually, but like in the computer, that's what you're playing with right now, right? Can you see? Can you all see? Can you all see? Okay. So if I hit my A, oops, if I hit A, I can't hear anything. Can you see where the orange is flashing on my screen over here? Can you see it's flashing over here? And I can't hear anything. It's because it's supposed to flash within this box. This is now, you see this box here? This is this now. This is my plane. This is where I want, when I hit A, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, represented on the keyboard. So what do I do? Because I'm too high, what do? I go down. How do I shift an octave down? I hit, yes, Z. Now I'll hear something. But still, I can't hear all of them. I'm still kind of going back up to that space. So what do I do again? I Z again, shift down until now when you play it, you hear every single instrument inside this your already compiled Ableton 808 kit, like it's created one for you. Cool. So why does that? I guess to make your job easier. Also, if you wanna, and you don't wanna spend like 50 years looking for that specific kick and that specific yeah, so you have it over here, and then this can, like, where's the hi-hats and the shingles and everything. You can, yeah, there's even a clap. So you can do many things with kits, and they're so much fun to play around with. But sometimes when you know exactly what you want, you spend 5 hours just like, I know I want the ta, not the do. I want the ta. When I hear it, Then I load it inside, yeah? Got it. All right, great, great. Cool, another question. Yeah.
I have this microphone at home that I wanted to one day use for vlogging. I have to remember what make it is, but I'd like to know if I can use it like this to record when I go and practice. Where do I put it on the laptop or?
So what's the input for the microphone? Is it USB? It's a jack pin. Okay, you'd need a converter for that one. And yeah, it's a bit technical if you don't have a converter, especially like an audio to, yeah, into the thin, whatever. The quarter, yeah, is it a, yeah. And then the end should be either USB. I have, okay, so there's a place in town that sells these small audio cards. They're sound cards. They're not the best, but they're quite effective. It looks like a USB. So on one end, you can plug in that audio jack, and on the other end, it's a USB. You plug it in like a USB, yeah. So you need to do something like that, yeah. Either that, or if you plug it in directly, there's probably a way you can set your computer to pick that up as your sound in the preferences, but you'd have to change it inside your computer settings. Here in audio. So yeah. So if it's internal speakers, I think it would act as an internal speaker if it's just a regular. You said it's a podcast, like a microphone, yeah? Does it have a specific brand? Because also you might have to download the software. Yeah, you can bring it over. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, bring it tomorrow so we can test it out. Yeah, perfect. Great. Okay. Anyone else with a question? Yay.
Please show us again how you opened the thing down.
Delete everything. Okay, so let me just do this for the sake of it being great. So you've opened it and it's empty. There's nothing. And you've selected your drum kit that you like. I like, yeah, it's cute. Yeah. All right. Press pause so it stops playing. Again, if I don't hear it, what do I do? If I don't hear this sample, if I'm clicking and I'm just not hearing my samples, what do I do? Lovely. Yes, the small blue headphones. Small things like these happen all the time where you're like, I'm not in. It's like just something very tiny. Yeah. So the more you keep just like reminding yourself of them, you just like your workflow is a lot faster. Yeah. Great. So we've picked which one? This one. Cute. Okay. So what do we do with it? Yes, Shuku, you know this thing. Yeah, click and drag it there. Boom. The minute you drag it there, you'll see it laid out down here. Okay. If you don't, and that was a very good question, guys. Let me just do this one more time because let's do it again. Click and drag it. Come on. Okay, fine. It will do that. But if you don't, you click on this square next to where the instrument is. You click here. Ideally, when you have a clip highlighted like this and you have your piano roll open, you will not see the instrument. You'll not see the effects or where to put the effects. So what do? You click on the instrument. It's down here on the right. You click on it. If the channel was empty, let's create a new MIDI track. And I have this clip and I've loaded this dude here and I want to start recording something on this first clip. From here, oh, sorry, let me just do that one more time. MIDI track. Yeah, great, this is perfect. It's empty, no clip selected. I can't see the instrument itself or where it's going to land. I click on this, it says MIDI. Click on MIDI. Here is now where you'll see a space to drop whatever sample you want or any effects afterwards. Okay, let me just do that. one more time. Because I can feel the way computers nini hema when they are overloaded. That's what I'm hearing right now in this room. Great. So when it's just there by itself, it's plain, right? The whole track. Down here, it says no clip selected. If I want to see where it's going to end up, I click on Midi. Similarly, if it's an audio track, it will say audio here. So I just click on audio. And then here is where I can drop my sample from this sample, whatever. I just drop it in here and it will load directly into my track. And then I want an effect. Since this is a MIDI clip, I go to MIDI effects and I look for an effect I like keep it major, whatever that is. I drag it and I drop it here. So the effect will be before the instrument. The effects normally lay before the instrument in a certain order. Okay, cool. Are you okay? You'll be fine. All right, Tamara.
In Brazil, FL Studio. This program is new for me.
Okay.
My English limited, but I try see this program. Acacia help me in WhatsApp.
Okay, that's good.
Language.
Yeah.
But I love see you in Brazil. Much men's program just men's.
Yeah.
Or white woman.
Yeah, true.
It's cool. See, you are black woman for same me, né? Same me. Africa, muito legal, muito legal. Very special.
Love it. Keep going. Nice one. Will we see you tomorrow? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you. Hey, nice one. Okay, guys, we are wrapping this up by force. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye, Tato. Bye, Tamara.
Bye.
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 Bye. All right. Gotta run.